breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content, ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is in all I have found. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. God, let me know turning like a thing. Hold me in the same breath as your spirit I become. Knowing what I'm here for. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. God in everyone, spinning like a prayer field, turning like Ezekiel's wheels. Nothing like a kiss seals the spirit I've become. Knowing what I'm here for. Distant shore, flowing from the infinite, God in everyone. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
Good morning, Unity Spokane. How are you? Hello, all you out there in virtual land too. You ought to come back. It's a lot more fun here. Welcome. We are all about our mission here of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. My name is Alan Basson, and I will be your platform assistant this morning. Now, if everyone out there could make sure and silence those noisemakers you have, that could be your significant others or your cell phones, I would appreciate it. Sally, you want to silence? Okay. As always, we want to begin our time together by sharing our opening affirmation. I will say it once and then ask you to repeat it with me. There is only one presence and one power, active in my life and in the universe, God the good. Everybody? There is only one presence and one power, active in my life and in the universe, God the good. This is Unity's foundation principle. One presence, one power, one life, living through and as each and every one of us. This morning we will hear from our transformational speaker, Karen Dunmore, and her message entitled, Christ in Action. Karen will also be leading our meditation. Now I have one little personal request for you guys. If you're interested, they don't know I'm doing this. We need more help on the ushers and greeters, so please, if you want to be part of this team, see Diane or I after the service. Now, instead of doing news you can use, we are encouraging everyone out there to read our weekly news e-letter, which provides you the most updated information about our upcoming events, activities, classes, and volunteer opportunities, Sunday service speakers, and more. You can scan the QR code that's up on your screen right now, and you'll see several of them out there in the atrium that you can, if you miss this one. That'll take you right to that article. If you have any questions about any of this, please see Amber after this service. And now, let's enjoy a song by Ricky Byers.
I am listening to the music of the Holy Spirit.
You can hear that music.
Oh, what a song God is singing. I will listen all day long. I will listen all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, hey, 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 yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah.
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 Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Spirit.
Praise the Spirit.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah.
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 Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah.
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 Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Spirit.
Praise the Spirit.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah.
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 Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah.
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 Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Spirit.
Praise the Spirit.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Spirit.
Praise the Spirit.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm really thrilled to be here today. That was great music. I really liked the I See God in Everyone. That fits right in with my topic. We had a musician scheduled for today, and unfortunately, he had a hand injury this week. So he will be back. His name is Dan Ellis. He will be back in September. Fabulous musician. Anyway, I'm going to begin my talk, as I usually do, with a quote, but this one is from Jesus. And it's from John 14, verse 12. Very truly, I tell you, whosoever believes in me, the works that I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these. Not just Jesus, but this is everyone, because we all have this Spirit, and it is empowered by the Christ in us. I think I skipped one. So this is our task now, to behold the Christ in every being and to do even greater things. This is a tough act to follow. But when we remember that Jesus died to his human self, that his human self left on the cross and was resurrected as Christ, the Spirit, that of the Christ was also born in us that day. This is our superpower. That is how we open our hearts to discover the greater things that we will do. So the title of my talk is Christ in Action. And this is a little phrase that I had written down several months ago, thinking, hey, this might make a talk title. Well, lo and behold, that's my talk title today. When I began reflecting on it and actually typed it into my computer, I saw it. My brain seems to be working in acronyms right now. And this time, what I saw on my computer, this realization hit me that Christ in Action has its own acronym. And there it is, the CIA. Think about that, though. CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. How appropriate is that? What better role model could we ever have for Central Intelligence? CIA with heart. CIA doing trainings in loving your neighbor. Communication rather than espionage. Disarming folks rather than arming them against. What a world that would be. Christ in action. Creating a planet that works for every single one of us. Jesus was and always is and always will be our own personal Central Intelligence Agency. He brought wisdom, depth, compassion, common sense, and a fierce love and loyalty for all God's children and for the Creator of all. He sought only to turn all beings toward the light and in the direction of truth and love, just as he was called to do. The intelligence he brought forth then as Jesus, the teacher, our way shower, and that which shines in all of us as the Christ, is central to our very being. I talk about this because I want it. I really want it. I want to know it. I want to wrap myself in it, to feel it around me, to immerse myself in it. Not only for me, but for all of us, and for the planet, and for the universe, and for the cosmos. Because if we know ourselves and believe it to be true, that we are Christ in action, and if we exude that, we transform ourselves and everyone and everything around us. Again, that's our mission statement, transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in the world. The last time I spoke here, my talk title was God in Training. And this is kind of part 2 of that. We have been training for many years to bring forth the godlike qualities that are our birthright. And it is time to take that training and put it into some sort of action. Centered in Christ and remembering the healings, the teachings, the miracles, the parables that Jesus spoke of us and created. We must also remember that in his words, that we will do these things and more. A few weeks ago, Jeff Tawney spoke about his passion, about how he wants to help transform others. When he spoke about that, he was speaking for me, probably for you as well. I think so many of us now are so ripe for this huge transformation that seems to be budding now, or at least planting seeds. And a whole new and glorious world is beginning to emerge. It is the transformation within that will create what we need in our physical world to bring forth a world that works for all of us. The Christ in you is you at the point of God. This is a quote I read somewhere, another quote I read somewhere and wrote it down. I wish I had written down who said it so I could go back and read his interpretation of it and reference it. I have only my own interpretation to ponder. The Christ in me, the sparkle that was placed in me, the sparkle that was placed in every one of you as well, that exists in all of us. The very best of me, the part of me that remembers, the part of me that believes, the pure part that knows joy, truth, love. That part of me, my very best, is where I touch God, where I feel the presence and the enormity of that oneness, the oneness of all beings, consciousness, unity, awareness, connection. We are of this earth, Christ in all creation. The second unity principle states that human beings have a spark of divinity within them, the Christ spirit within. Their very essence is of God, and therefore they are also inherently good. It is the sizzle of aliveness that we feel, the Christ in us at the point of God. That gives me chills. I love that. I have a few sentences from my last talk, or a few thoughts, trying to unite the God in training with the Christ in action. So just imagine this energy, this sizzle, the force potential we hold inside us, the substance of which we are made. This is why we, as humankind, have been chosen, why we are God in training. To use what we have learned, what we feel, what we believe, and what the heart knows to be true in bringing us into alignment with this source. I found that the force exists as both a living force and a cosmic force. The living force is the field of energy vibrating in all forms of life. That includes us. It's the sizzle. It's the sparkle. This magnificent power we are made of. These energies feed the cosmic force, which in turn is the glue that holds the galaxy together, that which connects us as one, which is the gift of divinity, God. Another acronym. Just as the sun shines its light on all beings, so did the Son of God bring his light to all. That's from Galatians 2, verse 20. Our mission is to allow Spirit to express itself in, through, and as us. There was a time when I believed that I did not need Jesus in my life, and I have talked about this before. I had been a Unity member for over 20 years, and I was pretty sure that God and Spirit were filling all my needs. I didn't really give Jesus a thought. It wasn't that I didn't believe. I just didn't feel the need to take on the whole Trinity thing. So this was one of those assumptions I had made that was soon to be proven false, absolutely and utterly shredded. I had my first glimpse of Jesus right out here in our prayer garden in a group meditation where we'll be having coffee after church. It happened so quickly and disappeared when I tried to get a better look. But I saw the living face of Jesus on an ivory medallion, and the flesh was kind of moving, like he was mouth moving and everything else, but it was really fast. And when I tried to zoom in on it, it zoomed away. So afterwards I talked to my minister, because she was also there in this meditation. And I told her about that, but it kind of blew it off like it was, probably not, like it couldn't be real. She was 100% sure that I had seen Jesus in that prayer garden. A few weeks later, in a breath workshop with another friend of mine from church, I closed my music closed my eyes as the music started. And behind my eyes was a great golden light. And in the midst of that light was Jesus, life-sized. I was afraid he would disappear again, but this time he didn't. I asked what he brought with him, and he said, compassion. He held me throughout that workshop while I trembled, while I wept, while I laughed, while I filled with joy and light. I had never felt anything like this in my life. It just this ecstasy, this wonder, this trust, this beauty, this love. I had literally felt like the lost sheep in the parable in Luke 15. The shepherd had 100 sheep and one was lost. He went to find it, brought it home, rejoicing that he had found the sheep that was lost. Shortly after that, I enrolled in a class through Unity Worldwide Ministry called Jesus Teachings. I can honestly say that it was Jesus who led me to become a licensed Unity teacher. So I thought with this powerful experience and this vision that I had, that I would be immediately transformed. I would always shine with radiance and compassion, never think or express an unkind thought again. A miracle. My minister also had something to say about that. Like, did you think one vision would instantly transform your life? Well, yes, I did. I mean, look at this vision. Jesus in all the regalia lit up in my life. But of course, it doesn't work that way. Here's the thing. Transformation is a living, moving, experiential process. It's not a bolt. It could be a bolt of lightning, I imagine. It wasn't for me. I continued to have to go through my growth steps. Didn't get to go to the head of the class. So this process is Christ in action. We never know when the cosmic 2x4 will hit us. And it generally does not announce itself beforehand. Well, you know what's coming. Just this past Thursday, I had my own cosmic 2x4. When I spoke last time, I talked about my car having been totaled. had been pondering what that particular incident was all about, what that loss was, and the violence that was around it. The accident was violent. It just came out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming, but I felt it. And it was a big weekend for me, sort of stressful. Well, actually really stressful. Started with the accident on Friday, moving into my new home, and that's my new home. That's my son's moving truck. Well, kind of. And with the help of my son, daughter-in-law, and my 3 grandsons. And I had a talk on Sunday that needed to be finished. So that particular Thursday, I also had a download with some ahas that sent me somewhere I said I would never go. This is last Thursday. Be careful with the word never. That was one of the ahas. Oh, gosh. The last time I used the word never, I was standing on this, or the last time I ended up with a microphone in my hand, standing on this stage in this church. That was a never thing. I'm never going to do that, right? Anyway, also on Thursday, my 1988 Toyota pickup went into the shop, presumably for new brakes. On inspection, the mechanic managed to find about $4,500 worth of work that needed to be done to make my truck safe to drive. I've had that truck for 25 years, so another one of those things that I was never going to do was get rid of that truck. Another was that I'd never sell my house in Coeur d'Alene. So, got a lot of nevers that I'm working my way through. When I got back from the mechanic with no repairs done, I went into the basement to get my paint sprayer, which was needed to help paint the shop at the place I was going to be living, or I am leaving, and, oops, oh well, that's good, that's a good slide. Painting the shop up in the garden area, and they were asking for a donation of a paint sprayer. So I went down in my basement, in my tool room, and I was digging around. I found the paint sprayer, and my eyes landed on the body cast that I wore through my senior year in high school after breaking my back in my last violent car accident. I have dragged that body cast around for 50 years. 50 years. Why? I mean, it's not like somebody needs to borrow one. It's, it's like not like nails or a hammer where it's like practical. It's this big. And anyway, it was just really funny. So, and I never saw it that way. I always thought, well, I got to keep that with me because I wore it for a while. One of the reasons I kept it, I think, is that many friends signed it while I was in the hospital. Another was possibly because it was shocking how my body could have ever been encased in that tiny thing. So it was kind of impressive. So that is one of the things. So this got a lot of stuff moving in me, stuff about letting go, releasing to make room for whatever good was coming my way. I had loved my car. It was my favorite car ever. It was gone. Love that truck too. And it will be gone. Love my house in Coeur d'Alene too. But it has become more work than I really want to deal with. Lots of stuff. And all of it tethering me to the past and the life I have lived. I was swirling around in loss of all these so-called important externals, all these things, preventing me, or at least slowing me down from truly becoming Christ in action. I had a realtor look at my house on Thursday. Haven't gotten the estimate back yet, but I bought a bike pass on Friday, or bus pass on Friday. I decided to let go of the truck, the house, the Airbnb, and yes, even the body cast. If I am going to talk about being Christ in action, I need to free up my own energy and walk my talk. And I challenge you to do the same. Take a look inside yourself and appreciate the exquisite diamond that you are. Take the gifts we have been given in the name of the Christ. We are made of stardust and moonbeams. I mean, how cool is that? The same atoms that filled Jesus' lungs now fill ours. What a legacy. We are called now to give birth to the wonder and magnificence we are, to lift up our eyes. In other words, to raise our consciousness above our human limitation and become Christ in action, as we truly are called to be. I was going to end this talk with a poem by Marianne Williamson in her book, Return to Love, but I've decided to kind of roll that into my meditation since we haven't done that yet, done the meditation yet. So I am going to start, going to go into meditation now, and then I will read the Marianne Williamson poem to close that. So, let's just take a moment and breathe together in the oneness that we are. We center ourselves in the one presence and one power as we give thanks and open our hearts. On your next in-breath, breathe in the infinite light and being from above, down through the heart, and invite it to fill your entire body. Feel the fullness of that being. Feel it as it spills out of you and embraces with infinite love everything that is arising in unity with all. Feel the loving fullness as it takes the entire world into your heart with infinite peace, love, and radiant life. Breathe that in and feel it fully circulate throughout the body. Then on the out breath, simply release. Release anything you are holding, anything you need to let go. Take another breath and fill up with that radiant light and love. And let yourself feel the vibrant, creative, extraordinary being that you are. Just sigh that out and let it go. So now I will open you to the beautiful words of Marianne Williamson. And know that she was speaking to you as she wrote it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us. It is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So let's just take a moment of silence and take in the words that spoke most to you, and just bring it into the silence. When you are ready, you can open your eyes, wiggle your toes, stretch your body, and come back into this room. The Christ in me beholds the Christ in you. Namaste.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu sei la luce di Dio. I hold you in my heart. il volto dell'amore. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. Eres la luz de Dios. I hold you in my heart. Eres la cara del amor. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. 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 La luce di Dio. You are the face. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. L'image de Dieu. You are the face. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Well, thank you, Karen. That was an awesome message. Just so I get it straight, so you're telling us never to say never. Is that right? I just want to make sure. Okay, good. That was beautiful. I love those faces. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one power and one presence and one life. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual journey of transformation, you are welcome here. If you are new to our ministry and you are interested in learning more about our upcoming transformational speakers, workshops, and events, please sign up for our email newsletter by texting Unity Spokane to 22828 or on our website at unityspokane.org. We would also like you to connect with you on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search again for Unity Spiritual Center Spokane. Right now, it's back to one of our old-time favorites. It's greeting time. So let's take a moment to acknowledge and bless one another with a handshake, a hug, a high five, a wave, a namaste, whatever works for you. You know what? You can even bring back the curtsy if you want. So let's have at it. All right, I kind of hate to end this party, but it's time to get back to biz. I know we have about 18 months worth of hugs to make up for. All right, now it's time to celebrate our abundance together as we share our tithes and love offerings. Our ushers will be going around, once again, passing the bags through the sanctuary. So I invite you to hold your offering in your hand, or if you are a monthly giver or giving virtually today, please hold that energy in your heart as we say together our love offering blessing. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share.
What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? Prosperity, prosperity. I claim it, I claim it. Abundance, abundance is mine, is mine. Love, love flows through me, flows through me. I feel joy, I feel joy all the time, all the time. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I claim it, I claim it. It is mine, it is mine. I can have it, I can have it. I deserve it, I deserve it. I am it, I am it. It is mine, it is mine. Peace, peace fills my heart, fills my heart. I surrender, everything, everything.
See, that's why we need more ushers and greeters, so I don't have to do double duty. Our chaplains today are Theodora and Steve, who have been holding the service and prayer for us today, either from home or here in the sanctuary. One of these chaplains will be available to pray with you immediately following the service. So if you have something that you have is heavy on your heart and you want some help with, or you'd like to celebrate, you can do that too. Our chaplains will be available to hold you in prayer right after the service, right down front here. So we thank you guys both for your service. We would like to encourage anyone who is in need of prayer support to fill out our prayer request form found on one of the tables out there as you entered before the sanctuary. Or you can submit your request through our online form. Names are added to our prayer list and are prayed over for 30 days by both our prayer minister here as well as Silent Unity. All right, it's time for kids, so I don't know if we've got any or not, but let's hang on a second and see.
I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. I'm walking as the light. I am walking as the light, as the light, as the light. I am walking as the light, as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
All right, we've got kids. I love it. We are very grateful for our young people here at Unity Spiritual Center. So let's take a moment now to bless our children, our youth, and those in service to our youth ministry with our children's blessing. Everybody, be the love you are. Sing the song you hear. Share your joy of life with people far and near. And for all of us, be the love we are. sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. All right, guys, you can go back. Go to your parents. Or all right, now please stand if you are able and join us together with our closing prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. Everybody, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the powers of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and that's the truth.